I'm not gonna lie, I may have forgotten to hit record. So let's get into the speed painting.
So here is a random palette generator. So I randomized it, got my 5 colors, and then I forgot to hit record. So you get to miss out on my thinking process. So let me just brief you on what I was doing. Basically, every time I get these color palettes, I end up thinking about what colors reminds me of what, and then I try to make something out of it. So at first I thought about doing like this picture where it's like a whole bunch of pastries and dessert because I have 2 colors that reminds me of strawberries. Obviously it's these two. Sorry, it's the reds. The red and the pink reminded me of strawberries. The cream sort of reminded me of a custard or maybe some sort of whipped cream or like milkshakey. And then the blues reminded me of blueberries. So like this dessert theme would have worked well. It would have incorporated the fruits, strawberries and blueberries, a tart, and then the cream custard, and then maybe a milkshake. And then I thought maybe do a landscape because I have the cream color that would sort of be nice for like lighting, but then everything else didn't really fall into place unless I wanted to do a really fantasized landscape, which was not into the cards today. I never end up going back to landscapes. Anyways, so I come up with this character who I've now named CL, and yeah, because she's majority blue. And yeah, so it was strictly using these 5 colors. There was a bit of mixing between colors, but other than that, like, I was not allowed to adjust the values or tones or anything. So I was really leaning into doing like this milk, blueberry milk character. Anyways, so I designed her, and then I'm trying to figure out what pose to do for her. She's sort of like a chill person who's relaxed. Lately, I've been watching like a lot of VTuber stuff, and then I realized a lot of my characters wouldn't be too bad as VTubers. So I've downloaded Blender, and we're gonna experiment with that in the future, but not now. Focus. Anyways, so while I'm sketching out some ideas, because they were difficult, I couldn't figure out what pose that I want to do. And I'm like on Pinterest trying to see if there's any interesting poses that would suit her and whatnot. But anyways, oh yeah, first time doing a lying down pose, by the way, and it was a really cool concept since she's like a blueberry character with like cream. By the way, is using white cheating? Cause I feel like it's not. But anyways, let me know down below if you think I cheated. But yeah, so I basically, that's me ripping at my pants, by the way, because I've realized there's a hole and I'm just making it larger. I need to stop. Anyways, so yeah, I thought it'd be cool, and then since I had that cream color, it'd be really cool to have like a cream behind her, and she's sort of just settled into this little puddle type thing. I imagine that this is a purposeful photo shoot going on, or else that would be a bit wacky. Anyways, so you guys know my process like usual, but yeah, it's basically the same process, just different pose, different character, thinking things through, and then a lot of like blending and trying to figure out how do I color the face and shade everything else using only this limited color palette. It's interesting. It looks very painterly, the face, which is a surprise, and I've never actually painted a face with acrylics, so that might be something to try in the future. But yeah, this was definitely strange, and it was, I had to try to, see, I thought about lining it, but then I was like, well, technically I don't have these colors, and, like, I didn't like the look of the lined face. Anyways, so, so, imagine if I just keep doing my videos in an accent, like, so, today we... Anyways, I'm terrible at accents, don't ask me to ever do it again, and please don't clip that. Speaking of audience interactions, we sort of rolled past the milestone, which I failed to celebrate because A, I didn't know, and then B, I had already posted and scheduled a video, so I wasn't gonna like split it, re-edit it, render it, and then post it off again. And then I also have a collaboration video, which I'm not sure if it's coming out before or after this video. So thank you guys so much. We hit 32 subscribers. And it's amazing. We passed 25, which was a milestone for me. And it's interesting to know that more than 25 people are watching out for my channel and content. So yeah, thank you guys so much for that. And a lot of you guys have been motivating me and keep encouraging me to make content, which is great. So I appreciate you guys very much. I don't mean to be rude by not pointing it out, but yeah, so I'm pointing it out now. Thank you very much for your support and motivating me. Anyways, so getting back to this, yeah, so those legs, it's difficult to contrast against the cream because I used cream for the puddle, but I also used it for a skin tone. So I'm trying to go back with that pink and trying to separate it a bit, and then I go back adding a shadow just to separate a bit more because it was a bit, it was hard to sort of differentiate and pick out where does her leg end and where does the cream begin. So yeah, the hand was a bit strange too. I was like, I don't know what's going on with these hands. It's a bit weird, especially this one because it's curled up in a weird position, like over her head. And I guess it could have been like open palm angled or something more relaxed, but instead she has it closed. I don't know, man. The color palette already had me a bit frazzled. If you couldn't tell already. So yeah, I think the character design is really interesting. It's based off like a blueberry and then milk as well because there's the white. And yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting of a design. And then I wanted to incorporate a bit more red, and I thought the red would really pop against the eyes. I always find when I do these color palette challenges that I really want to redraw this character using, the full range of colors instead of just sticking to the palette. But aside from that, it was pretty fun. I had a lot of fun, and I am pretty happy. It looks really painterly, the face, and I think that's really cool. It's not my style. I think tends to be smoother, but I thought it was really cool just completing this piece and then seeing it all come together, working on like clothing folds and trying to understand how do clothes work, especially with the wrinkles and whatnot. And then I figured since her knee's up, her skirt slightly goes over the knee, but then it would also like flow downwards as well. So I thought that was pretty fun. And I tried to do a bit of color play with the lighting on the blueberries with the pink on it. And then I thought about adding pink to the character, to CL, but it just didn't really work out very well. Am I going to change her name from CL? Maybe. I don't know. Franklin. Frank. There's a name for... Isn't there a female name for Franklin? Yeah, have you met Olive? Oh, were you inspired by the olive tree? No, absolutely not. I mean, aren't olives just savory berries? No, technically they're not berries though because they have a pit and not seeds. If you want to know about classification of fruits, when you hear that strawberries aren't technically fruits, it's because the seeds aren't technically berries. It's because the seeds are on the outside, and that's why they're like, oh, it's technically not a berry. Oh, and I also add this like corduroy lining on the sweater just to give it a bit more texture, because I've been finding that my pieces sort of suffer from the lack of texture or a variation in contrast. I absolutely love adding highlights. I skipped over lashes this time because I think the resolution was too low. So then every pixel was coming up and it didn't look good. So I got rid of the lashes and I sort of did it like a photo. I realized that doing the photo horizontally was a bit weird. So I do end up flipping the frame and then I sort of, yeah, that was a choice. I've been having a lot of fun with text after doing Daedra from Ricard. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it up here. Check it out. It's a collaboration with Ricard and it was pretty fun. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I like the painterly look of the face, and this color palette definitely challenged me a bit in my thinking. But yeah, I sort of want to play a bit more with the character design because it's really cool, and I guess you guys will see how that turns out in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, thank you for subscribing and helping me pass my goal of 25 subscribers. And I hope you guys all stay safe, stay hydrated, and just have a wonderful day. Thank you, and bye.